Hey everybody, it's Infinite Drift and welcome back to the Survival Let's Play series. It's been a little while since I've said that because over the past month we were filming on the One Shot SMP server. And although I had such a great time, I did also really miss this world that we've been building. So it feels really nice to be back. So the last thing that we did in this world was we decorated the area around the chicken coop. However, we worked on that during the 100,000 subscriber Q&A that I did. So if you're interested in checking out the time lapse of me decorating that area, definitely go check out that Q&A. So since we've been away from this world for quite a while, I feel like I need to get back in the swing of things. So I figured we could work on some outstanding projects that kind of need to be finished up. So we've got a really nice farmland coming together in this area. However, we do not yet have a spot for our poor sheep who are still in this pen over here. So let's start things off by giving our sheep a proper home. So I was thinking the perfect spot for the sheep farm would be next to this chicken coop, right in this nice open space right here. Now I want to add a couple of automatic components to this farm, so I'm thinking we're going to need a little bit of space. So let's begin by leveling out some of this terrain so we have more of a flat area to work with. Fill in some of these unnecessary ponds. Chop down some of these trees. There, that gives us a lot more space to work with. However, I think we are going to have to chop down these trees as well. Oh my gosh, this is the biggest oak tree ever. I hate cutting these down. Just when you think you get every single piece in this oak tree, you wonder why it's not going away, you find another piece. So now that this whole space has been cleared out, I feel like we have a really good sense of the area that we have to work with. So the footprint of this build is going to be an 11 by 17 footprint that we're going to mark out using these spruce logs. And each post is going to be stripped and go up 5 high. And while we're at it, we might as well connect them across as well. All the way around the entire structure. Now for the length side of the build, we're going to leave a space of 3 blocks and then place a post right here and repeat this pattern all the way down the front of the build like so. And once you have your markers placed like this, you can connect them all and strip them. And you can repeat the same thing on the back side of the build as well. Now for the side, we're going to leave a gap of 2 and then put a post down. And then we're going to have 3 in the middle and then put another post down here. And then we're just going to fill it in like so. And I'm going to do the same for the other side. So with that, we have the basic support structure of our sheep farm. Now I would like a little bit more depth to this structure, so I'm going to place the sandstone 1 block behind the support beams. So I'm just going to continue filling all of this in until I reach this spot as well, because I have a couple of things to do with the automation for the sheep farm. So I'm going to leave it blank until I get all of that sorted. Now these 2 columns at the front are going to be kind of like barn doors. So we're going to leave that as well. And I'm going to fill in basically just this spot right here, and I'm gonna close off this gap right here, leaving this spot open so we can have sheep roaming in this area. And finally, I'm gonna pop out some of this sandstone and replace it with sand just to give it a little bit more texture here and there. So this layout is looking a little bit broken and disheveled right now, but we're gonna work on this area now, and it'll be nice to have it open so we can easily get the sheep in the automated systems. Now I'm gonna leave 2 blocks here because I want to have a villager on this side. So the glass structure is going to start here, and it's going to be a 3 by 3 square. I'm going to start building up the base like this, and we'll leave this area blank so hopefully we can get our sheep in here. Now I wanted my structure to be more level with the terrain that's around it, so we're going to have to kind of dig out some of this stuff in order to build the mechanisms that we need to make this automatic. We need a double chest in front of the patch of grass, and underneath the patch of grass the sheep is going to be on, we need a hopper that attaches to the chest with a rail over top that I believe is specifically going this way, and on top of that we can place a hopper minecart. So I can close some of this off so the hopper minecart doesn't have any chance of moving, and then we can replace this glass block with a dispenser, and that's where you're going to put your shears, which will cut the sheep's wool, and underneath that dispenser we are going to place an observer facing this way. So once all that's done, we can place a sandstone block in front of the dispenser like so, with some redstone on top. Now I don't know exactly how all of this works because I am not that great with redstone. I just know that a signal is being sent for whichever reason, and I do know that whenever the sheep eats the grass, it sends a signal to this to shear off the wool, which drops into the hopper and into this chest. So we're just going to pop some grass back there, seal this up, and I'm just going to dig out this spot right here so we have access to our chest, and I'm going to place a trapdoor over top for now so we still have easy access to it. So now that the first system is done, let's go get a sheep to see if this actually works. And the reason why I already have 4 leads conveniently in my inventory, well, You all can figure that one out. All right, who wants to come with me? I guess it's you. No, I don't want you all to escape. No! Can I get two at the same time? Uh-oh, I lost one. All right, buddy. Come on into your new home. How am I gonna do this? Please, make this easy for me. Okay. Just nudge over a little bit. Yes! Oh my gosh, it worked. It worked. And now we wait to see if the automated farm actually works. Come on, do something. Don't you want that delicious grass? Yes! It worked! It worked! Okay, did it collect? Yes, it did. Perfect. So now that I know that the automated system thankfully works, I'm gonna spend some time building out a couple of more cubicles for the sheep to chill in. Alright, so we have 4 extra automated pods for our sheep to go in. So let's go get the rest of our friends and bring them over to their new home. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I do feel a little bit bad because although this new sheep farm is actually gonna be a lot nicer looking, is it really any better of a living space for these poor sheep? I mean, I am putting them in cramped pods for them to live in for essentially the rest of their life. So I can't help but to feel a little bit guilty about this. Sheep number 3. In you go, please. Thank you so much for your cooperation. Sheep number 4, let's go. I must say, this is actually going quite smoothly. Usually these... Ow. Alright, number 4, in you go. Thank you. Alright, we only need one last sheep for the automated system. Who's it gonna be? Looks like it's gonna be you, buddy. Looks like it's gonna be you. I think that guy might actually be the lucky sheep over there. I'm sorry. Alright, number 5, in you go. Don't worry, this is where all the cool sheep are. I was like, why aren't any of these collecting wool? I just realized that literally none of those dispensers have shears in them. So let's fix that up by filling all of these up with a bunch of shears. And now that the dispensers are full of shears, we have ourselves a nice automated wool system. So now that we know that everything is working correctly, let's finish decorating the build and make it look a little bit nicer. So we're gonna finish this back wall up and just fill it all in with sandstone and sand. However, the one issue we have right here is I have that redstone right there, so we're gonna have to cover that using something else after, because you can't really place anything over top of it. Alright, so now all of the walls are filled in where they need to be, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to the roof of this build. Now I want this roof looking similar to the barn that we did for the cows, where a lot of the height starts at the bottom, so I'm gonna go up 2 blocks using stairs and upside down stairs, and on this upside down stair we're gonna switch to slabs and go all the way up until we reach the middle point, which is right here. And we're just gonna do the same thing on this side until we meet in the middle. So the roof shape is going to look something like this, where it's a little bit more steep on the bottom, but it has a really nice curve going up towards the middle. And I'm just gonna run stairs along this beam until I reach the end here and I can build the roof up on this side. And last but not least, we'll connect the back right here. So for this roof, I'm going to use a mix of brick, granite, and moss, just because I'd like to keep this roof in theme with the cow barn that we already have. And I thought I would add a little bit more color to it with the moss because it complements the red really well. And it also really helps with a nice overgrown look. Alright, the base of the roof is all connected and it's looking really good. And although I really like the basic shape of the roof for this build, there is one more thing that I want to do to it just to give it a little bit more height variance and interest on the top of the build. And we're going to do that by adding another piece in the middle. So we're going to start by going up to the 3rd block right here, and on the 7th block we're going to place spruce columns going up by 5 blocks. And the gap in between is going to be 3 blocks wide until it meets with another spruce column that goes up by 5 blocks. And we're just going to do the same thing on the other side. And then from here on the 5th block, we're just going to do a simple roof shape of stairs and upside down stairs until we reach the middle point right here. And we'll just connect to the other side, do the same thing for the back, and then we'll fill in this portion of the roof in the same way that we did for the bottom. So then I'm going to go over to the side of this build and go back by 1 block, and on the 3rd block end I'm going to pop this out, and I'm going to place 2 spruce logs and strip them. I'm just going to pop these 2 pieces of moss out really quickly and replace them with brick, just for a little bit bit of height variance because we're going to build a little bit of a roof, starting with spruce stairs, one upside down, and then we're going to slowly slope it up with spruce slabs. And we'll connect it to the beam right here. And we're just going to do the same thing on all of the other sides of this build. So now all we have to do is connect the sides here, fill in the rest of our roof with our moss, brick, and granite. And to fill in the sides here, we are going to use sandstone that's going to lay flush with these beams right here. But for the centerpiece, it's going to sit one back. And I'm just going to pop out a couple blocks for a window and fill all the way to the top. And to finish off this roof, I'm just going to replace these middle pieces with spruce just to connect it nicely to the top portion of the roof here, and same with the other side. So now that we're done with the basic structure of the build, it is time for my favorite part, which of course is decorating. So I'm going to start things off by bringing a little bit more extra detail to these walls by adding some azalea leaves, spruce trapdoors to make them look like they're in planters, some gates over top, and we have that nice spruce trim with the upside down stairs. So now for the top portion, we're going to add some glass for the windows, some spruce stairs for a nice windowsill, some trapdoors up top for detailing, and some spruce trapdoors on the sides here, and of course we can't forget the leaves. To add a little bit more greenery to this area, let's bone meal some of this moss to get some nice grass up here. That way it'll look a lot more overgrown. And of course I forgot the side of this build, so let's fill that in really quickly. And we'll toss in a couple of beams here and there for good measure. So to kind of make this look a little bit nicer, we're going to start things off by enclosing the sheep farm. And I'm going to do that by placing barrels on either side with spruce beams in the middle. And on top, I'm going to place some spruce planks with some azalea leaves in the middle. And we're just going to strip these really quickly. And then in the middle, underneath the leaves, we're going to place upside down stairs, a gate over top of the trapdoor. And then we're going to create a little bit of a design on top using slabs just to create a little bit more depth and definition to the front of this. And the best part about this design is because we have the trapdoor here, it's still very easy for us to access the chests, but they still stay hidden, which is nice because it leaves this area looking really clean. So now that we have the general design laid out for our interior, I'm going to head into a quick time lapse to finish it all off, as well as the landscaping. Let's go. And here is our fully automated sheep farm. And honestly, I am so happy with how it turned out. I especially really love the block palette for this build. And I also really like that it still keeps in theme with the barn that we have for our cows. And I also like that I kept the details on the outside pretty simple, except I did add a lot more greenery to the roof to make it look a little bit more overgrown. And I think that's a really nice touch. So when you walk in, we've got some nice barn doors swung open on either side. And then when you walk in, you have 5 separate pods for the automatic sheep farm. Now, it was a little bit more extra work having to dig into the terrain to fit all of the redstone components and the chest. However, I like having this farm level with the terrain a lot better, and I think it really fits in so perfectly with our landscape. Now, on this side of the build, I was going to have it open concept going into the sheep farm on the outside. However, it didn't really work out properly because this wall had to be here along with this one. So it was a really tight space. So I just ended up closing it off. And with that, I basically just gave us access to the outdoor sheep farm from here with a gate. So all the paths are really nicely connected now to one another. The farm is feeling a lot more complete, minus the little ravine part that we have to fix for the barn. But other than that, this area looks so much more cohesive and beautiful. I am so happy with how it's turned out. Now, there's one more aspect to this barn that I need to do in order for this build to be complete. And that would be, I need to add one villager to the spot behind me me right here so I can get some wool trades. Alright, let's try to get this done as quick as we can. Oh, hello villagers. I hope you missed me. Alright, my zombie friend. You know the drill. There we go. Toss a little bit of potion. Give you an apple. And now we wait. Villager cured. Now let's get you in a cart. There we go. Oh! Oh no! Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. No, no, no! Where are you going? No! No, 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 no! Why are you moving so fast? Why are you running? Oh, probably because of the zombie. I forgot about that. Here, go. I honestly forgot how annoying it can be to deal with villagers. Honestly, I think I might just boat you over the rest of the way. It's a bit of a long trip because we have to go to the other side of our base, but you know what? It'll be worth it. All right, buddy. Take a look at your new home. Just over this way. Break this. We'll get you a nice looking loom. It worked. It worked. Okay. All right. So now that we've got ourselves a fancy new shepherd, we might as well make some trades. So I probably should have gotten some dyed wool for these sheep. I don't know if I can go back and change that. I'd probably have to turn off the system in order to be able to dye them properly because I didn't realize that the shepherd also traded for dyed wool as well. Makes sense. That was my bad. But let's make some trades with them. And we've got ourselves a really good discounted trade. We're getting tons of emeralds out of them. So I say that this whole setup is a really big success. I am actually shocked how much wool this thing actually makes. I did not realize how efficient it actually was. And look at that, we actually have even more of a discounted trade, which is awesome. Oh my gosh. There's so many. Okay, we pretty much maxed it out, but I also think that he's gonna level up, so yeah. We can keep going. All right, so after that trade, we pretty much maxed it out again. And that actually brought down our trade price by one more wool, which is awesome. And I would say 39 emeralds for all of that wool is great, especially considering we haven't even fully depleted our wool supply at all. We're not even close. So we've got ourselves a really quick and efficient way to get ourselves some more emeralds. And also, most importantly, we've really done a great job on making this farmland look more complete. Alright everybody, I think that's going to be it for today's episode. I really hope you enjoyed the build. It feels so good to be back on this Let's Play series. And with that, I will see you all in the next episode. Bye!